You know, the whole AI revolution, it feels like magic, right? But it's not. It runs on a physical engine, an invisible engine of incredible power. And today, we're going to pop the hood and take a look at the hardware that's making it all possible.
So let's just start with a number that grabs you, 1,100%. Imagine a company's stock just skyrocketing by that much in less than a year. The real question is, how on earth does that even happen?
Well, it's not just some lucky break, that's for sure. It's a huge signal of a massive technological shift. It's like a new digital gold rush that is quietly but very quickly reshaping our entire world.
All right, so the company we're talking about, the one at the center of this crazy story, is SanDisk. Now, you might know that name from your camera's memory card, but since it was spun off from Western Digital back in February 2025, it's become a powerhouse in a much, much bigger game.
But here's the thing, this isn't really about just one stock. SanDisk's incredible journey? It's a symptom, a signpost pointing to something much, much bigger. It's a story about the fundamental fuel, the building blocks of our new AI-powered world.
And at the heart of it all, it's data. And I mean an absolutely unimaginable, tsunami-sized amount of it. The rise of AI, cloud computing, big data, it's all created this tidal wave of information that doesn't just need a place to sit, it needs to be accessed, like right now, instantly.
So, who needs all this data so badly? Well, you've got everyone from government agencies to big banks, but the real heavyweights are the biggest names in tech, the hyperscalers. We're talking Amazon, Google, Microsoft. They are in an all-out arms race to build the infrastructure for the next decade, and they need storage that's faster than anything we've ever seen before. Because here's the deal. For an AI model to actually work, to learn, to process, to spit out an answer in the blink of an eye, it needs to be able to read and write data at just insane speeds. Your regular old storage, it just can't keep up anymore, not even close.
And that, my friends, brings us to the real hero of this story, the critical piece of hardware that makes modern AI not just a cool idea, but a practical reality.
Okay, look at this. On one side, you have your old-school hard disk drives, your HDDs. Think spinning plates, mechanical arms, kind of clunky. On the other side, enterprise solid-state drives, or SSDs. No moving parts, just pure electronic speed. The difference? Honestly, for AI, it's like comparing a horse and buggy to a Formula One race car. So what's the secret sauce inside these SSDs? It's something called NAND flash memory. Just picture a grid with billions and billions of tiny traps that hold on to electrons. That's your data. And because it's all electronic, getting to that data is practically instantaneous. That's where that mind-blowing speed comes from.
This quote just nails it. Everyone's talking about the AI gold rush, but the real play, the thing a lot of people miss, isn't just digging for gold. It's selling the pickaxes and shovels. And in this digital gold rush, these enterprise SSDs are the pickaxes and shovels.
Okay, so how big is this digital gold rush really? Let's stop talking in analogies and start talking numbers. Get this, back in 2025, the market for these super fast enterprise SSDs was already worth a cool $25 billion. And folks, that was just the warm-up act.
And just look at this growth trajectory. We're talking a projected compound annual growth rate of 15%. That's not a fluke or a one-time spike. That's sustained, powerful growth year after year, all fueled by AI's never-ending, insatiable appetite for data. And here's what's really interesting. This market isn't wide open. It's super concentrated. You have just a handful of giants, Samsung, Western Digital, Micron, and Intel, controlling about 70% of the whole pie. They are basically the gatekeepers to AI's need for speed. Okay, so now let's connect all these dots. How does this massive market boom tie back to SanDisk and that crazy stock surge we started with?
So the second quarter of 2026 rolls around. Wall Street's expecting pretty good numbers from SanDisk, but what they got wasn't just good. They blew the doors off all expectations. Revenue came in at over $3 billion, and earnings per share were more than 50% higher than anyone predicted. Absolutely stunning.
And just in case there was any doubt about why, the CEO, David Goeckeler, basically spelled it out for everyone on the earnings call. He said the world is finally recognizing the critical role their products play in powering AI. He couldn't have been more direct. And here it is, the smoking gun. Just look at this number. In a single quarter, SanDisk's revenue from their data center business, the part selling directly into this AI gold rush, grew by 64%, sequentially. That's not year over year, that's quarter over quarter growth. That, right there, is the engine we've been talking about, plain as day.
So all of this leads to a much bigger question, right? What does this all mean for the future, not just of technology, but for the fundamental economics of the whole industry?
You see, for decades, the memory chip industry has been famous for these wild swings, a boom and bust cycle. Companies would get excited, build way too many factories, flood the market with chips, and then crash. Prices would plummet. It was a painful but very predictable cycle.
But now, you're hearing that phrase that makes every investor a little nervous. This time, it's different. The theory is that AI's demand is so relentless, so massive and sustained, that it might actually break that old boom and bust cycle for good, creating this new era of what some are calling AI infrastructure superdividends.
And that leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. As you watch AI change everything around us, the chatbots, the image generators, all of it, ask yourself this: is our entire digital world being secretly rebuilt right under our feet on a brand new ultra-fast foundation of flash memory?